Okay, so this is section 1.6, part 2. I was gonna do all one video and then the bell rang on me and I had students coming in, so I had to go ahead and make a second half to this, although it won't be as long. We only have a couple of examples to do. So what we're doing is looking at the non-rigid transformations, which is our stretching and our shrinking. So if you look at the one that we kind of touched on already, this first guy, h of x equals 3 times the absolute value of x, you see that we have the original absolute value of x graph here. And when you take and put a 3 in front of that, then what that does is that stretches it and it makes it skinnier. Think of it as, I like to look at this as the original has an up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1 slope. And then this now has an up 3 and over 1, up 3 and 3 and over 1. So that's that graph. And then when you look at, again, the original graph is right here. And then we look at this and there's a 1/3. 1/3 is less than 1. So that means it's up 1 and over 3. Whoops, up 1 and over 3. And then that's the graph that you get. So it's got the same vertex. There wasn't any horizontal or vertical movement. That coefficient out front just either stretches it or shrinks it. Again, I don't usually use those terminologies. It makes it steeper or less steep, depending on whether it's if it's greater than 1. So if it's greater than 1, it's going to make it steeper. And if it's less than 1, it's going to make it less steep. Okay, so that's kind of just a general rule for that. Okay, so we look at example 5. And it doesn't matter what graph you have. If we have the original, so here's the original, and the original on the graph looks like this one. So what happens is when you take and multiply it by 2, it just makes it steeper. So it's a steeper graph. It still has that same curve there, but then it snuggles, I like to say it snuggles up to the y-axis a little tighter. And then with this one, let's go ahead and take a look at the original is this. And because of this 1/2 x, that means it flattens it out again. Okay, so it's less steep. So it just loosens it up a little bit, makes it go farther away from the y-axis. And basically, that is all there is to that. So if it's greater than 1, like this one, then it's going to make it steeper or snuggle that y-axis. If it's less than 1, it's going to widen out and go farther away from the y-axis. Okay, that is all. Good luck.